Where can I make better friends with a similar drive? I find that most blokes have arrested development and unwilling to grow.
Well, that's human beings in general. So anytime you can put yourself in a social situation where there's like-minded people that like to do the same kinds of things that you like to do. So, I mean, if you want to deal and hang out with people and meet people that are smarter, that are more intelligent, that are more successful, that have more money, what you typically find with people from the higher socioeconomic class is that they're kinder, they're nicer, they tend to, take better care of their body, they tend to date prettier women, their kids are more attractive, their kids are smarter, their kids grow up and do amazing things. And so, like, joining a yacht club, joining a country club, like I was talking about earlier about the client that loves rock climbing, I'm going to go to a different class today.
Okay.
Caroline's doing kickboxing right now. It's just get out your comfort zone because you meet great people just in living your life. Like when I was in real estate, I had a lot of friends that were in real estate, and we'd be like, hey, let's get together for lunch, let's go to dinner, let's go have some drinks or whatever. We go hang out. Those friends would invite other people that they knew in real estate. And when you're hanging out with a bunch of dudes in real estate, you're talking about real estate, you know other people, you hang out, and we have parties, there'd be trade shows, there would be new home communities where they got 4 or 5 brand new models, and they're like, hey, we're gonna have a model opening, and we're gonna have a live band, we're gonna have free drinks, we're gonna have free food. Bring all your realtor friends, bring your mortgage broker friends. It's anybody that's in the business, title company, and so we go and hang out and go to those things, and they'd be a few hours long, and then afterwards, groups of us would break off and guys and girls and go do something fun. And so you got to get out of your house and not be sitting on your ass doodling on your cell phone. Go out and participate with other like-minded people that like the same kinds of things. Like one of the things that I love to do, and when I started shooting and training with John back in the day, the thing I loved about the gun community, it's pretty small and there's a lot of high character people, a lot of family oriented dudes in there, and I made a lot of really really great friends in the gun community. That's a very masculine, fun thing to do, and like I said, a lot of high character people that do those kinds of things. Because if you can afford to go to the gun range like in Homestead for half a day and fuck around, I mean, I got 6 figures plus in the weapons that I have and the gear that I have, and I mean, you can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on your body armor, your nods, your ballistic helmet. I mean, just all the stuff that goes along with it and training. And so people that tend to do that stuff, it's like they tend to have money. Usually, you're not gonna be hanging out with dudes that are broke as a joke if they're doing those kinds of things. So, I mean, it really is true when you make more money and you have more choices to do other things with other like-minded people. So, like take a yacht club for example. One of my friends belongs to one of the local yacht clubs, and we go there and hang out with there's people that are billionaires just hanging out, having a beer, shooting the shit, talking about their boat, talking about their business. Sometimes people do business deals there. It's you are who you associate with. So find out where the kind of people that you want to hang out with and you want to befriend, where are they at? What are they doing? And go lose yourself in hobbies and interests that involve those kinds of people, and you'll meet other guys to become friends with, and you'll meet girls you can date.
I read Mastering Yourself and applied some of your strategies to get a job in a highly competitive field. I'm trying to stand out like a purple elephant to get their attention. What else can I do?
Well, I kind of go through that in detail in the book. There's also some videos I did years ago called "How to Get Any Job You Want." What you need to do is need to make a list of like 20 or 30 employers that you could potentially go work for. Put a resume together, call each one of those companies up, and ask them who the person to speak to is, or to send your resume to, or whatever. And then send them all a resume, and if like I discussed in Mastering Yourself, like I'll give you a couple examples. I was in the construction industry, and so I put the resume along with a cover letter in a hard cardboard plan tube that was, I don't know, probably maybe 36 inches long. It was for like small ones. And so I sent it to different general contractors. Either it was the HR person, or the CEO of the company or the VP or one of the owners of the company, whatever it happened to be. And so they would get it because they're going to see that and go, oh, somebody sent me a plan for something. Let me see what this is. And they open it up, and then there's my resume. And they'll be thinking, well, that's a pretty clever way to send your resume in. And then you got to follow up with a phone call. And so you make a list. And even if they're not hiring today, maybe follow up in 6 weeks, every 45 days, every 2 months with those employers, because somebody's always leaving or getting fired, or they get a new job and they need more help. People get promoted, people leave the company, people get hit by a bus, I mean, kidnapped by aliens, things happen. And so just because they're not hiring today doesn't mean they wouldn't potentially be hiring, 4 months from now or 5 months from now. And so if you've got a handful of companies you really want to work at, then it's just a matter of waiting it out and staying in touch. And ideally, if you can go in and meet people face to face, you get to know the secretaries firsthand. Make notes. Make notes of the first name and last name of the people that you're talking to. So next time you call them, you can reiterate that and just continue to follow up. And because anybody in business, we like it when somebody's really hungry. Because people that are hungry and continue to follow up and continue to check back, those are low maintenance employees. And because every company has people that you got to kind of kick in the ass to get them to do their job. And, the A players, they just are like, tell me what I need to do, and they'll just do it. And so those kinds of people do things like that. They send their resume in a creative package, and then they follow with a phone call, or they go visit in person, because that shows that you got a lot of confidence. And we like that as employers.
iTunes says, can you let the woman propose to you?
If a woman wants you to marry her, who are you to say, no, you can't ask me that? It's like, why not? I mean, if you're a 3% man and a woman proposes, it's like, why not? If you're down, why not? In other words, if she gets on one knee, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's really kind of how it should be if you think about it, right?
Oh, no.
She's submitting to you.
Let's stop that.
You're not going to get it down on one knee and propose
No,
to your man someday?
absolutely
No? He's got to do it?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't get down on one knee and he just asks you? What if you're having dinner and he gives you the ring in
and
a
he's
creative
just like,
way?
Here, take this shit.
What if you open up, you get this dessert and it's like pudding, and then it's got like a spoon in it, and you go to pull it out and the whole thing comes out and it's actually fake, and then there's a ring attached to it.
Then he gets up and gets on his knee.
What if he doesn't? What if he's got a bad knee?
Then use the other one.
What if he doesn't believe a man should submit to a woman?
What
Because
if
in the
he's
Bible it says a woman is supposed to submit to the man, so isn't it a
Mm-hmm.
submissive act for him to get on one knee?
I don't think so. It's like tying someone's shoe.
So you want him to tie your shoes instead of propose?
No, I want him to propose.
I like
What if
that.
you really loved him and he didn't get down on one knee and he did something like that but didn't do the knee thing?
I think
Would you
it
still
would...
say yes if you loved him?
Probably.
What happens if you did a fake proposal and actually tied your shoes?
Yeah, he gets down on one knee. He's like, "Oh my God, it's happening!" And then he ties your shoes. Babe, I'm just tying your shoes. I saw a guy at a baseball game do that one time. He got down on one knee, and he gave it may have been a prank video, but he gave her reaction looked real. He gave her one of those rings that had the little candy things on it.
The ring pop.
Ring pop, yeah. And obviously she punched him, threw a drink at him or something.